The case that had been meant to begin at 9 in the morning was heard much later in the afternoon as the police took time to prepare the application. The police had wanted journalist Walter Menya detained for 3 days as they gathered more evidence and analysed what they already had.
It is only the conclusion of the investigation can reveal whether the respondent is to be charged or to be released.
Lawyers representing Menya, and there was a battery of them, however, wondered why he was needed in all this, because the police already had most of the evidence they needed, including his phone, his laptop, his clothes, money and all other material, and what remained was the analysis.
Even a person who is charged with murder, where there is a prosecutable case, has a right to bail or bond. Now, what is being placed before you is stranger than fiction, because the police are saying they still do not have a case. They're saying we are going to hold him until we find out from the evidence which may emerge whether we can charge him or not.
Your Honor, they allege that they couldn't conclude the investigations because it wasn't a working day. Yet they are the ones who went and treated the money on a Sunday, trapped the respondent, proceeded to his house on a Sunday at night, past working. It wasn't even a working day. Then now they allege that they need more time to conclude the investigations and take the respondent's fingerprints during working days and working hours.
And together with the provisions of bail that are provided for the Constitution, all these articles in totality is to guard against a pre-trial punishment.
In the end, the magistrate appeared to satisfy the two parties by reducing the number of days Menya would remain in custody.
For avoidance of doubt, I ordered that the respondent ought to be released or must be released from police custody on or before 5 p.m. tomorrow, that's the 20th of June 2017.
The case against Menya is still not clear due to the contradictions coming from the police, all of which the lawyers say are a testament to the fact that there is no case against him.
When the state begins to treat journalists the way the respondent is being treated to, then it is a demonstration of which road we are going. And Your Honor, I have appeared for journalists in these courts from, 30, 40 years. Some of them who went on exile. And when it begins like this, then it never ends. The state should be stopped on its track.
Parties are using the state to penalize the respondent or to make the respondent act in a particular manner desirable to them. That should not be the purpose of criminal investigation.
Your Honor, I also like to state that we are not under any instruction from any government organization or otherwise. We are acting on a report made by an individual. That young man, I did not know him, I never seen him. I'm only acting as a police officer.
The man who was accused Menya of demanding for a bribe, one Kennedy Koros, is also not featured in the story, and they wondered who he was. The story was about government officials who are alleged financiers of the Jubilee Party and the re-election of President Uhuru Kenyatta through the Friends of Jubilee Foundation. It was published on the Sunday Nation yesterday.
The Nation Media House is not under investigation. We are investigating an individual for an offense of demanding money.
The judicial process is being used in an oppressive manner to settle a matter which is completely outside the province of this court.
While the merits and the details of the case will be argued if and when it is prosecuted before court, the lawyers have tried to argue that this is an attempt by the state to try and muzzle individual journalists. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.